Hello and welcome to the week 7 update. So for major essay 1, I've graded everything that was originally submitted complete as well as a majority of the revisions. So please go and check out my comments. There are comments in 3 different ways. Probably the most important one is a PDF of your paper with margin comments from me. That's uh, probably where you're going to get the most detailed information, at least. So then there's the rubric, which tells you where you rated on the various elements, as well as some general comments. And those are all found in my grades. Please let me know if you don't see something. So I will be working on the rest of the major essay 1 revisions next week. Currently, I'm working on papers that were just submitted for my humanities class, but I haven't forgotten you. I will get back to you, I promise. There are directions for revisions in last week's update video, so please check that out and make sure that you highlight your changes. And for sure, you're just submitting it in the original assignment, so everything is housed there. So Reflection Essay 1, I've begun grading them. They're looking really good. For the most part, I don't need to leave very detailed comments on those because there's a very highly detailed rubric that you can look at to find out the details for your grade. Now, for the most part, I'm really impressed at how people are following the formula for what needs to go into the reflection. Um, so comments will be left this week on your thesis statements, which are in discussion board. And also I'm leaving comments on your source summaries. So please check those out. Even if you got a perfect score on your source summary, I will be leaving you comments on your works, on your citation of your quote. So please be sure to ask if you have any questions about that. And I wanted to clarify about my late policy. I went back and looked in the syllabus and I had the information spread out in too many places. So what I've done is consolidate them into the section late policy instead of having them spread out for the different kinds of assignments. I think that was too confusing. So this is currently what you can find in the syllabus. Essays and activities will be marked 10% for each day that they're late. Work won't be accepted after 7 days. You must submit all major essays within the given deadlines in order to pass the class. So that means, right, major essay 1, 2, and 3 have to be submitted within 7 days of the deadline. And depending on where we fall at the very end of the semester, it might be a little shorter for major essay 3 because we're going to bump right up into finals week. So be watching for that. Quizzes cannot be taken late. I will say that if you have an emergency, let me know. I'm happy to work on you with things. But for the most part, this is my late policy. You don't need to ever email me and say, "Is it okay if I submit something?" Just go ahead and submit it. And if you know if you miss the deadline by a couple minutes or something, we can figure it out. But it just wastes a ton of time. If you ask me if you can submit something late, then I have to reply yes, and then you submit it, and it's even later. So just go ahead and submit it. I'm not going to yell at you for submitting things late. Just turn them in. So we are doing a ton of new skills with this next unit. So I would say for the semester, week 6 and 7 are probably the heaviest in terms of new concepts that I'm throwing at you. For some of you, it's new. For some of you, it's review. But either way, it's a big step up from Major Essay 1. So hang in there if you're feeling like it's a heavy load these last couple weeks, at least in terms of mental load, you're correct. So keep going. I love this quote by Octavia Butler. She's an African American writer who wrote Kindred, if you've heard of that one. Love this. You don't start out writing good stuff. You start out writing crap and thinking it's good stuff, and then gradually you get better at it. That's why I say one of the most valuable traits is persistence. I couldn't agree more. So hang in there. It's I know it's difficult to get critique and to get scores that maybe you're not super happy with when you get your grade back for a major essay, but hang in there. Everybody gets to revise. Stick with it. We can work together, and always reach out to me and reach out to Noah, our tutor, if you have anything you want help with. I hope you have a great week.